Hey guys, welcome back to Late Night Bool, episode 4. No title yet, because you know what? Let's just see how it goes tonight. Let's
I mean, and when have we ever decided the title beforehand?
episode 3, the only time.
That was a special occasion though,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
big break from Corona. But movie night, completely random. Pilot, you just call it pilot.
yeah.
So
But you know what? I just want to get right on topic with something real quick. Music. Ever since episode 1, we hardly ever talked about it. I mean, except for like
like
Sonic 3's music and
yeah,
like in like your stuff, my stuff we haven't really touched on. But I actually just want to talk to you about music real quick
sure.
because excuse me, something big happened in the music world the past couple days. I don't know if you're familiar with the the artist Logic.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
just dropped his
final album.
yeah.
Yeah. And like I listened to it. Like, yeah, I mean, I knew he was coming out with a new album, but I guess I totally missed over that part.
Mm.
Found out at a party last night because it was Friday. It was Friday night because we're recording on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But I found out at a party and like, yeah, Logic's retired. He's done. I was like, what?
I think he's starting to stream on Twitch now or something.
Yeah, he just got an official partnership, but he just wanted to be he gave up the rap game so he could be like a family man with his like wife and his kid,
Yeah.
little Bobby, who honestly there was like a picture of him on Instagram. He was like wrapped up in a blanket, and no disrespect to the baby, I thought it was really cute, but this baby had the biggest head I ever seen in my life. Like, dude,
Big head.
I think I got competition.
You really just did yourself like that.
Yeah, but when I was listening to it, it was a very good send off album. It kind of felt like the whole thing about like the whole theme about the album was more or less kind of like going through like a museum of his legacy, and like you're on the last tour because like every piece, like mostly every piece of song at the end like had like I guess like some robotic announcer. It was like just explaining like the concept while they were making this stuff. Like they're like, yeah, during production, anime such as Cowboy Bebop, Samurai something. I don't think it was Jack, but it was like Samurai Jack, and this were all binged. And it's like, and like there was one. I was like, man, some of these beats kind of like sound like graduation Kanye. But then he literally said like the lady said in one of like the outro of the song, she was like, is like Logic's beats for this album were inspired by this Kanye West.
Ooh,
I'm like, well, now I can
caught
say.
that.
I'm like, now I can say that. It's like I was afraid to say it, but honestly, to get to my main point, the album is like it was a very good send off album. I think one of my I think my favorite of the track, if you ever give it a listen of the whole album, was "Heard Him Say," and it kind of has like a gradual it kind of has like a Good Morning type beat to it. If there's anything I can compare it with, but yeah, no, it's just that one song really hit hard for me because like I've only been a fan of Logic for like 2 years in 2018, and the first time I mean technically the first time I saw him was in 2017. He was playing with a YouTuber that I watched a lot, Dashi, on Mario Kart, and he got bashed because he beat Dashi, but he had the auto turning on unintentionally.
Okay. Okay.
So like he brought him on like tours and stuff like that. They play Mario Kart on stage,
Yeah,
but
I think I saw like a clip of that at some big festival. They did
yeah,
it.
but I saw Logic at Hangout Fest 2018, and I got up like on the big screen. It was really cool, and then I really started listening to his music. But I just got really emotional during the last like Heard Him Say that's the second. No, it's the third to last song on the album.
Gotcha.
But the other two tracks are just kind of like outro tracks of the whole like thing.
Mm.
But man, it's just like I wrote a note about this earlier. I don't know. It just like I've been a fan of Logic for like 2 years, and like I binged him a lot, and some of his songs really helped me out. Like when I was like anxious about going to Towson at first. Like you remember how anxious I was.
Oh yeah.
Like he helped me out. Like and it's mostly the songs that I like where he's just like you're beaten to the ground, like you got nowhere else to go, but you still keep thriving because that's what you do, and that's what's in here.
Yeah.
So like when I was like after I had a really rough patch with like one of my relationships, and like I'm not gonna get into it, but you know
Yeah,
exactly
I
what
know.
I'm talking
I know.
about. Logic was there when I was like depressed. Logic was there, And like, like even during quarantine, Logic was there. I was just jamming out the Logic, but
Yeah, man.
um, like I was saying, I get very emotional with that song, and just like reflecting back on like how like you connect with an artist,
Hmm.
and like there's other people that just been like probably fans of him for like his whole decade that he's been around and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like have been there since the mixtapes, but you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how long you listen to them. It's just like they like everyone shares an emotional attachment to it because it's been
Yeah.
there. Like I literally wrote this like because I heard this today. Like when I was at work on Spotify, music is an emotional investment. Like because once you get connected to it, like you could put it to anything, and that's why I really like music. And that got me wondering, like, wow, like I know Logic got the true good ending, and like
The true good ending.
honestly he did. Like let's be honest, he didn't. I mean, yeah, he was involved in some stuff, but like nothing too detrimental to his career. I don't know off the top of my head if he's got jail time, and most importantly, he's not dead. Like he's got a family.
Yeah.
But like as an artist, just like saying like goodbye. I was just thinking like and that's why I wanted to ask you if there were like any artists that you kind of feel similar to that just kind of like patched it off.
When you started that, I had a feeling that was going to be your question,
Okay.
and I'm fully prepared.
All right.
So,
Yeah. No, shoot, dude.
So I think I've said this on Late Night Bool, but if you know me personally, this will come as no surprise at all. The three biggest ones for me in that sense are, in no order necessarily, John Frusciante, Kendrick Lamar, and Mac Miller. And I can kind of almost relate with Mac Miller in the sense of like you weren't a fan of Logic like in his early days, and I wasn't a fan of Mac Miller in his early days. It wasn't because I didn't like his stuff. Like I just had little.
You just weren't like introduced to it.
Yeah, exactly. I had little to no exposure to it at all,
Mm-hmm.
basically until early 2019, like January, February.
Yeah.
But like in a similar sense too, like when I started going to Towson, like I'm an anxious person too. We've talked about that at length on like the Motions podcast, and just as friends.
That was a really good podcast. Like
That was a good podcast.
I look back at that and like that was actually really cool. Like we all just got together and we just talked about your music for like a good hour and a half.
Yeah,
like,
dude, it was.
I genuinely
was
had
so
fun.
fun.
Like I wouldn't even. I like some people might be like, "Ooh, Late Night Bool beginnings," but like, dude, no, that was just our own thing. Like,
Yeah, but like back to the focus. Like
yeah, continue.
I'm like we're both very anxious people, but I don't think you'll disagree. You're a much more social person than I am. So
I won't disagree with that.
yeah, so like for me, it was like no surprise, I guess, that kind of stuff like meant so much to me because I remember like freshman year of college, I had a roommate, Steven, shout out to you, bro.
Steven,
I'm
hi,
sure
dude.
I'm sure you're listening.
Please come on, dude. We need you. You're part of the original Bull Triangle.
He is.
Towson.
He is. And like, Steven would go out and he was very social, still is very social. And I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, pretty much every weekend at Towson, especially in the early days, I would just come home because it's like a 40-minute drive. I had a girlfriend at the time
It's a
who was at
straight shot
home.
from our houses too.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I was recording with John and everything, and like basically all the stuff that I really felt like I cared about was at home anyways. So I really didn't make an effort to branch out too much at Towson, which is something I think about a lot. It's not that I regret it, but it just sort of furthers the point of college really just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like I felt like there was nothing for me there in a lot of ways. But I remember like I really got into John Frusciante's solo stuff because obviously I was a big Chili Peppers fan before that. At Towson, like by myself, because Steven would leave a good amount of the time, like especially at night and stuff, and I would just listen to his albums like crazy, man. And there was so much to dive into. He has like 14 albums and like 5 or 6 EPs, and it's like there's just so much
Excuse
to
me,
dive
you said
into.
46?
No, 14.
Okay, my
And
bad.
then, like,
I don't know where I
5
got that number from.
Yeah, no, and then like 5 or 6 EPs just on his own. Like just him by himself has more music out than the Chili Peppers band, which he didn't even join at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts. And he's a big inspiration for me to just like keep writing and writing and writing and writing and trying things and all that stuff. And then especially like into 2018, like I had a lot of problems with like relationship stuff. I'm not gonna get into that, of course.
All good, dude.
But
There
like,
will be an episode about that someday.
I'm sure.
Jesus Christ.
But like I remember very specific songs being like a crutch for me through those times. Like there's one song called "Wishing," which I still hold very, very close to my heart. And it kind of like you could interpret it as a breakup, but the way he wrote the song is very general, because like it starts off, do you throw it in the well, wishing you had someone to tell what it was you wished for, so it couldn't come true anymore. And then he goes on in the song, and there's a line, and it says, "You never change to fire if you're ice, even if you melt on a table and dry, and that table is burned, I'll tell you why, 'cause you stayed by going away, and life changes not you." So, and what that meant to me was, like, you never change to fire if you're ice. Like, you can't help what comes and goes out of your life, you know what I mean? Because you're still you at the end of the day. And I found a lot of comfort in that. You know, life changes, not you. You know what I mean? And it's sort of the acceptance of, like, whatever crap comes your way, like, you just deal with it in the best way that you know how, and that's all you can do.
That
You know what I
reminds.
mean?
I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, go ahead.
that's like one lyric, and like like I said, I only listened to the full. I only made one lap today,
Yeah, yeah.
and like that was the first time I listened to it, and like that was to and from work, half and half.
Yeah.
But Logic also had a similar thing, like a lyric. I think it's literally from the same song. It's like people are mad at me for who they want me to be, but who they want me to be is not like
Was like never who he was.
yes,
Yeah.
it's not this. It's not verbatim, but like
Yeah.
it's.
But
like,
it's a similar point, yeah.
I'm like, wow, like I can actually like reflect on that too, because like there's people that are mad at me because like they weren't who like I wanted, like they wanted me to be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into like the specifics, but like you can't really change a person on who you want to be just because, and if you don't like them because of that, like tough shit, dude. Like
Yeah.
go search somewhere else.
But yeah, I feel like it's a perfect analogy. Like, you never change to fire if you're ice. And like, in terms of a relationship, you can very easily interpret that as a person who is like ice is dating a person that's like fire. And no matter how hard you try, you can't change who you are inherently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Exactly. That's like, it's like if someone, I mean, it's kind of a weird example, I guess. I guess it's the most wholesome example, like wholesome to an extent, but like that's like if someone was like I guess I don't know if this example will work. I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna take it back. I retract my example. Sorry about that. I was just gonna.
Oh no, that's all good.
Yeah,
Man.
I was just gonna say like that's like someone like trying to make you be vegan just because they are vegan, but they're not really telling you like why you should be vegan. Not speaking from personal experience.
No,
but,
yeah, you're just giving like a general example.
Yeah, no, and they're like they kind of force it on you, and they kind of like gaslight, manipulate you.
Yeah, but just for whatever reason, that's not who you are.
Yeah, and like people can't do that. Like like.
Yeah, and like it's in a more literal example, it's like someone who really enjoy, like, let's say you're dating someone who just loves to like party and be social and go out all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But
yeah, it's like
if you're not that
girl,
person, if you're not that person and you don't like doing all that stuff, you'd rather just stay in and chill out, like watch a show, maybe listen to some music. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that either.
That's like
sometimes you just have to accept that you just don't gel, and that's okay.
Like no diss to Sully. That's like if a party girl were trying to hit on Sullivan. Because like I remember Sullivan did not like going out to like parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm the same way.
And like, yeah, no, he's like he's introverted. He knows that, but like he's been getting out more. But like I get I get what you're saying. But like let's get back on topic before like, we get out of here.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, like, and John Frusciante's been a very big influence on me in a lot of ways through a lot of different things in my life. And then Kendrick's a special example because I never listened to rap before Kendrick Lamar, and he got me into rap.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird.
It's crazy, dude. Like,
not even like Eminem on the radio or something.
No,
like
that? I could not care less, for real.
Wow,
like,
that's interesting.
But I remember, like, it was summer, and you're gonna flame me for saying this. I was playing RuneScape. You're mad.
Flame.
You're mad.
Dude,
You're
that's
mad.
all good.
That flashback to podcast number 3.
Dude, I was just kind of drunk, dude.
Yeah, but like,
spoiler alert, I was really fucked up at the
Zood.
end. Yeah, I was not alright. Fucked up's a negative word. I was just having a good time, dude.
Yeah, no, we were big chilling.
Fucked up's like on the floor yakking.
Yeah. No, we were good. We
Yep.
were good. But I remember I was playing RuneScape, and RuneScape has incredible music, but for some reason I kept hearing about Kendrick Lamar and To Pimp a Butterfly, the album. And I was like, there's got to be a reason everybody like goes crazy over this, because it wasn't the same thing of like, oh, like X just dropped an album, dude, it's so sick. It's not like that. Like, people put it on a higher level. Like, there's stuff you can learn from this. Like, this is innovative, this is revolutionary, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Maybe there's something to that. So I just put it on, and I remember thinking, like, he has this poem that he reads between songs, and after every few songs, he adds lines to the poem. So, like, it
just
starts
in that
off...
album specifically?
What?
Just in that album specifically?
Yeah, like, he starts off and says at the end of King Kunta, he's like, I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. And then it goes to another song. And then later on, it, like, adds on to that. And then at the last song, he reads the whole thing. And there were certain things in that album like that, or like little, like How Much a Dollar Cost. That song, like that chord arrangement was hinted at in a different song before that song came on. So there's like themes throughout the album that repeat themselves. And I was like, oh my God, dude, like this is on par with like a Pink Floyd album, like Dark Side of the Moon type shit. And it blew my mind that it was from rap, because like, not that I thought rap was like completely useless or whatever like that. It's just I'd never experienced that in that genre before, and that blew me the fuck away. So then obviously I got into like his older stuff, and then Damn came out, and I got into that too. And to this day, my favorite Kendrick album is between To Pimp a Butterfly, the first one I heard, and Section 80. And Section 80 was like
that's his Rigor Mortis, right?
Yeah, Rigor Mortis.
Dude,
that's a banger.
That album was pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. But there's there's so many Kendrick songs that like I heard them and I cried.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And there's nothing about Kendrick's life that I can relate to personally. Like, I can't relate to watching your friends be gunned down in the street. I can't relate to having a friend who's a 17-year-old girl prostituting herself because that was the only way she could get money and getting shot in a car.
Damn.
Like, I can't possibly put myself in those shoes, but somehow emotionally it slapped me in the face.
Exactly. So like you know, we're like it emotionally slapped you in the face, but like deep down, you still connected it. Like you listened to it whenever you were like, you know, if the opportunity came up, like any specific opportunity, like where you were feeling like that. So that's why, like, you know, like back to my main point is like when I asked you, like, do you know anybody that like, you know, that like actually you got emotionally invested in the music with?
Absolutely.
And there's been a ton of people, and like, you know, like a ton of people I'm invested to. Like, dude, even like some of my friends who make music, I get emotionally invested in, because like, you know, you play it, you like, let's say you play one song, and, you know, you see the sun setting, and you're just driving, dude. Like nothing beats that, dude. Like,
absolutely not. Yeah.
So like, you know, when Logic was like, you know, talking about like I'm pretty like, someone argued with me today. I wouldn't say argue, but like my friend Mason was like, yeah, no, he's gonna be back. Like, I'm like, what, 5 years? He's like, well, he's got enough content for another album. But I'm like, at the same time, he pretty made it bluntly clear, like in his album, I think he quoted one of his older songs. He was like, I've been waiting for them hating. I don't know the lyrics, but he's like, man, fuck that. He's like, I'm done with the rap game. I want to focus on my son. Like, he's like, I'm glad I'm wiping from his ass instead of like getting shot in the street. That's what he basically said. Like that's some true good ending shit, dude. Like he,
Yeah.
but
And I'm not a Logic fan, so I'm just kind of like hearing you out.
But yeah.
And again, that's not because I even hate Logic. Like I just don't. I
Yeah.
haven't listened to his stuff really.
Understandable, but like, hearing that and like that, like, fuck, I forget the song title, but like the one I mentioned earlier, like it hits hard because like you just think back to like this is like one of the songs where it's like, damn, this really connects with me, and I have a lot of songs like that too.
Absolutely.
Like I mean, people are gonna laugh at me for this, but Kanye West, I think that Graduation was probably like his best album because I can relate to a lot of songs. Like Good Morning has a nostalgic value to it. Homecoming with Chris Martin. That hits home because like that was when like I got into like a scuffle, and then like I Wonder, dude. I think that's the best song in
it's
the album.
It's so good. And I wonder.
Yeah, no, I found the original song like that he sampled from, but like other than that, to top it off, Elliott, music is an investment, like an emotional investment. So like when people like they die or they like announce their retirement or something like that, it hits hard.
Absolutely.
Like and like to bounce off your Mac Miller example that you mentioned earlier, my former assistant manager Danielle and friend, she's been a fan of Mac Miller for like the longest time. She saw him in concert like multiple times.
Wow.
Got pictures with him too.
That's awesome.
It was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
But like like she still like every single time like one of her favorite Mac songs comes on, she's like, oh, I'm about to cry. Like I'm like no, like
like, go ahead, like
do
for
your
real.
thing, dude. Like
yeah,
I could
do your thing.
She's like, dude, don't laugh at me, but like like this Mac song means a lot to me. Like I've been obsessed with it. Like when I first met Brandon, I'm like, all good, man, because that's what music is. Music is powerful.
Yeah, man.
That's why I respect the artist more than like actors, YouTubers, because they put their heart and soul into it, and like you can really connect with it, like
Well, I mean, I would say actors do too, but they're not representing themselves blatantly.
Exactly. No, like the music like artist is representing themselves to a point where you can actually take their song and apply it to yourself. Like this is me.
Well, a quote from Mac Miller. I'm gonna paraphrase this.
Yeah,
but, like,
absolutely. Go.
He said something before he died, like if anyone like feels like they want to get to know me, like the best way they can do that is to just listen to my music. You know what I mean? I think if you do that, like you're golden.
Yeah.
Like that's literally the best thing you can do as a songwriter.
And that's what's really awesome about music. Like fuck, like
but like
I'm kind of getting a little emotional right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even guys listening. There's no alcoholic drinks. Like I'm just speaking from the heart.
Yeah,
right
all
now.
water tonight.
Yeah. But
We're kind of beat. We were doing a lot today, but like
I'm
back to like Kendrick real fast. Like again, I can't relate. I can't put myself in Kendrick's shoes for 99% of his existence. I just can't.
Yeah.
And, that just is what it is.
Same thing with like Logic, like just to bounce off of each other.
Yeah, but like my favorite Kendrick song, Till I Die, will be High Power, the last song on Section 80, and the reason for that is because it's basically I know he in the recording booth doing this song, he said he cried like in the middle of a take because it like there was just so much like welling up inside him, like saying those words, you know what I mean, which already is powerful in itself, but like somehow I find a way to relate to it, you know what I mean, as different as we are as human beings, because I am a songwriter, I am an aspiring musician, and I remember I have the lyrics pulled up here. He says, "Dear Lord, come save me, the devil's working hard. He's probably clocking double shifts on all of his jobs. Frightening, so fucking frightening, enough to drive a man insane. I need a license to kill. I'm standing on a field full of landmines, doing the moonwalk, hoping I blow up in time. Because 2012 might not be a fucking legend, trying to be a fucking legend, the man of mankind."
Jesus, 2012, dude, that hits.
Yeah, so like I heard that and I'm like, This is pre Good Kid, Mad City Kendrick. This is pre To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick. Like he's not famous yet.
Yeah.
But he's just trying to like get out of the hood and like be someone that people can look up to and aspire to be and like make the world around them better. And I related to that just because like the doing the moonwalk, hoping I blow up in time, standing on a field full of landmines. he's just saying like, God, like I hope I just like can make it doing this, like this is all I have type thing, because I really feel like that most of the time, and that really hit me hard. And that's crazy when you consider like we have pretty much nothing in common other than that, but like that still hits, dude. Like holy crap.
At the end of the day, they're regular people like you and I. They have feelings. They go through shit. And like, you know, they're like us. And like, you know, when you look outside of like, oh, they just make music, and like see them as a regular person like I do with most of the people I listen to.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like they're coming from a fucked place right now. Like I can't imagine what they were like going through like while writing, like especially writing that, like, you know, producing it, like, you know, but like writing it, like there, you know.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and then Mac Miller, like we talked about this a little earlier today. 2019 was like a reboot year for me in a lot of ways, and Mac really facilitated that a lot, because it's unfortunate that I didn't really listen to his music until he wasn't here anymore. But at the end of the day, it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because like I think that's the coolest thing when you're dead and people are still finding your music and getting super invested in it.
It's the legacy, the music legacy that will live on forever.
Exactly. So like
best example I can give, Michael fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
Dude, like he was a good, like I don't want to say good person. Like I don't know anything that happened.
We don't know.
But like, you know,
but like
genuinely,
he's still like people just say he's the king of pop.
He is.
You know what I mean?
Dude, he's made so much.
You can't really take that away.
He's made so many good stuff. Like,
yeah, for real.
And I'm not gonna bring up Sonic, but like, you know, he definitely had like an inspirational like the sound team, like because like you can hear it in the music.
Oh, you can hear just in the bass alone, man.
So by proxy, like for me, I'm inspired by Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's fair. Like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But yeah, wow, it's. I mean, to conclude on this, like, you know, topic, you know, music hits everybody differently, and I like, you know, people kind of like passively like think, like I wouldn't. I mean, they passively know this, but like they don't really acknowledge it, like until
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, my friend Sean Quinn loves John Bellion. He's kind of like pop artist, but you know, he's got some like beautiful medleys and stuff like that, and his lyrics actually hit hard.
Yeah.
One album I can recommend you, like if it's your style, one album I can definitely recommend is The Human Condition.
Okay.
And that's the one I saw when I saw him twice. That was the first time I saw him live, which was my first concert. You know, he did his The Human Condition tour, and there was some like good ass lyrics. Like there was one, like it's literally in the song title, but like literally it's like he is explaining like how this guy's still living in his dad's house, like had a bad day, like, you know, doesn't know what the fuck everyone's problem is, but he's just trying to get out. And literally the course is nothing has changed. He is the same.
Ooh, that's back to John Frusciante wishing, dude.
Yeah, like as soon as like I heard that, like he's like, nothing has changed. He is the same. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, you know, that's like John Bellion just basically telling you like you got to change yourself. Like, like, you know, the world, like, you know, it seems like the world could be after you, but like, you know, if you're still shitty and grumpy, dude, that's how it, like,
that's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then what was it? Like, you know, talking about a breakup about like his girl or something like that. Like he's at an all-time low and stuff like that. There was another one. I don't think it was from The Human Condition, but like, yeah, about like, you know, about a guy letting a girl down and stuff like that. Like he's like he was your Bible, and like the sex was tribal and stuff like that. But like you waited at the airport, but no arrival. Gave it up on him. Gave up your stuff for him, just for him to let you down and stuff like that. Like John Bellion, like, you know, I think he's like a slept-on artist. Like, you know, he actually makes pretty good music. Definitely recommend it if it's your style.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't think it would be like up to your like music palette taste. But, you know, always give it
whatever that means, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like, you know, everybody's got a different style of like how they listen to music and stuff like that. So
yeah,
like,
well, I mean, with me, you never know. Honestly,
I'm an
because like I
all-rounded,
said, I
yeah.
didn't listen to rap, and then Kendrick's like my second favorite artist of all time. So it's like
I'm a very well-rounded person when it comes to music,
and that's what I like about myself. Like that, I struggled with a lot until I was probably about 18 or 19 when I listened to Kendrick. Like I was very much, and anyone who knows me from high school knows this. I was very much stuck in the classic rock type stuff.
Dude,
And
nothing wrong with that. You got me on that recently, dude.
yeah, I did. Billy Idol, baby.
Dude, Billy Idol. By the way, I don't mean to detract from the story, but there was like, I had a dream, and like I was like, what? Like I heard like the beginning of like "Hot in the City" in my dream,
Oh.
and I was like, fuck, I've heard of that before. Where's it from? And I'm like, and I asked Sully. Yeah, I asked Sully. I'm like, dude. I'm like, what is this song? They sampled the word "stranger." Even looked it up on Google. Like I spent like an hour.
Oh,
Then
then
all
you
of a sudden,
finally
like-
found it.
No, it's just out of nowhere. I got home that night, and I was just like, after like doing doing things, and
I
I
want
was
to
just
listen
like,
to that song now.
yeah, no, I was literally just
I'm
sitting
kidding.
like in bed, like drifting off from like the stuff I did, and I'm like, "Hot in the City."
It just like came to you like a
No, I
premonition.
sent Sully the text like 9 hours later. I'm like, "Hot in the City." He's like, "What about it?" And I'm like, "That's the song." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, okay." Like,
I love when that happens, dude.
yeah, but
Like I remember once I was probably like 10th grade or something. I had this guitar solo stuck in my head for like a straight week, and it was like picture perfect in my brain, and I was like, "Oh my god, why can't I figure out what song this is? Like it's killing me." And then I remembered it was Night Train by Guns N' Roses. And I don't even really listen to Guns N' Roses. Like most of their shit I don't really even care about. But I was like, "Oh my god, that's it." Like I was so mad like cuz
Funny-
I really like that song.
funny thing about Guns N' Roses, all the Robot Masters and Mega Man X5 are all like in the American version are named after like band members of Guns N' Roses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the translator's wife like husband liked Guns N' Roses.
Oh.
She's like, "Look what I did," but they weren't stupid names. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, they were. I don't know the Robot Master. I hardly touched the X series. But,
Okay.
But yeah, no. Continue
Yeah,
back
yeah.
where you're from. Classic rock.
Yeah. But well, one thing about Night Train is we play this game sometimes. It's a drinking game called Buzzed. I still haven't played that with you. I want to do that on Late Night Bool one time because I
Dude,
think it'd be
next
really
episode,
funny. It might be really funny.
Let's do it next episode.
But basically, what the game is like everyone sits in a circle or whatever, and you draw a card on your turn, and you read it out, and it'll say stuff like questions, or it's the type of stuff where if this applies to you, take a sip, or if this, et cetera, et cetera. It's very simple, but also very fun. But the thing I like about it is it like makes you like you don't just play the game and like card sip, card sip, card sip. It's like I find myself when I play with friends like we pick a card, we all like, take our drinks or whatever, and then we end up talking about whatever the card was talking about. And it's like it's fun. It's like
I can see us doing that.
Yeah,
We wanted to do it like I think episode 5.
yeah.
Like, when we were still getting the ball rolling, but
Mhm.
like now it's just like I don't know, when are we gonna do it?
Yeah, but it would
So-
be super fun because there's like an extended like bonding part of that game that I think is really cool. But back to the whole Night Train thing,
Yeah,
I couldn't remember that solo for the life of me. And one of the cards on Buzzed was like everyone in the circle like share your best idea for an app, and you all vote on which one's the best. And my idea that I came up with sitting there was I wish there was an app that could somehow like scan like your brain in some way. Like if you have like this piece of a song in your head that you just can't figure out what it is, somehow it could read your brain and tell you what song that's from. Like Shazam, where like you hear a song, you're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, what's that song? And it like you scan it and like it tells
but,
you.
Yeah, Shazam, but with the Microsoft / Elon Musk chip in.
Yeah, exactly. Like how
gonna
look how sick that would be, dude. Like you're like, God, what song is this? It's killing me. It scans your brain. It's like, oh, Night Train, Guns N' Roses. Like that would be so sick.
Yeah, there's one song right now that like I'm still trying to find. I got to go through my like mom's like Jewel CD collection. Like it's probably bigger than this one that I'm looking at right now. But holy shit. I thought it was like, I'm going to try it later tonight. I think maybe Pink Floyd or like maybe this like another like rock artist called Beck. Very like early 2000s, but like my mom's like into
Wait,
that.
Jeff Beck or
Just Beck.
oh, just Beck? Okay.
Yeah, but like my mom was very into that. I think she was the one who introduced me to Vampire Weekend when I was like
Oh wow.
super little. Like like A Punk came on it, like, and everyone's like, hey, and everyone's like, and like I'm along with them like, oh, when did you start listening? I'm like, dude, 9 years old, and they're like, what?
That's crazy.
I'm like, dude, poggers, like,
yeah, dude.
But like I don't know, like I gotta find it. There's absolutely no way. I don't even know if it's on Apple, like
Yeah.
Apple Music. Speaking of which, I gotta refund. No, I gotta reactivate my iTunes account because
Yeah,
my credit card.
didn't that happen like to you today at work?
Yeah, no, it like I was listening to like music all day at work. I listened to a Logic album. I listened like hear him say all the way over here, and then by the time we go longboarding, Apple's like, "Hey, dude, you need to like give us your credit card information." I'm like, "What happened for like today? Like,
Yeah, for
wait, you
real.
guys just decided to stop?"
They're like, give us more money.
It was very confusing. Maybe that's like that exact timestamp.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when I bought it like a year ago at Bella.
That is weird because normally that stuff's like midnight or something.
Yeah,
when
no.
in the news.
No, you can go like a whole car trip, and then the minute you're like, okay, let's play the Chef soundtrack, like Apple's like, sorry,
Nope.
Corey. Yeah.
Sorry, Corey.
By the way, Chef, good music,
Okay.
and
I don't know what
good-
that is, but
good
that's
movie.
Cool.
It's a cookie movie. Like, have you watched the Marvel movies?
Have
Have you watched Spider Man? Let me just ask you that.
like the old Spider-Man?
No, new Spider Man.
No.
Okay, well, the guy who plays like
I've watched like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
yeah, well, the guy who plays I think his name's Happy, but like the guy who plays Tony Stark's right hand man.
Oh.
And like who
oh,
mentors
right.
Spider-Man, like he made that movie. He directed it, I think, and starred in it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. By the way,
Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, well, not Robert Downey Jr. It's like his Iron Man's like literally right hand man. Like
Oh.
yeah, the big guy. His name's Happy, and they're like, why do they call you Happy? He's like, no reason. That's my name. And like he was like grumpy. Like, but anyway.
Just forget it. Let it go.
Yeah, no, that'd be. Other than that, that'd be kind of a sick idea. That'd be really sketchy, though. I don't even know how I feel about that. Maybe they gotta like drone me. They gotta like convince me to put a fucking chip in my head. You gotta do some
No,
hard
no, no. I mean,
convincing.
hopefully it wouldn't have to go that far. But I always thought it was like a cool fantasy app idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be so nice because this happens so much to everybody, dude.
Yeah,
You're just fiending to find that song that's
Dude, imagine-
driving you insane.
imagine just being like, man, what's that one song? And then like, I don't know, you're just sitting in class, and then you just get up, you're like, it's Scatman's World. Bubble baby, bubbly. Like, yeah, no, you just like, and everyone's like looking at you, like you like slam your hands on the desk, like, Scatman, Scatman John.
I'm a scatting man.
Like that's like, everyone would be like weird champion. They'd be like,
Okay.
all right. Scatman, like Poop Man or something like that. Like
Yeah,
I like
Poop Man.
No, like professor's like, I don't know what he was talking about today. Something about Poop Man or something like that. Poop Man
Jesus
John
Christ.
or something. Like something about poop.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but
Elon Musk, get on that shit.
please don't.
Please don't.
That's one thing I'm fearful of.
I mean, I figured if you're not cool with the whole TikTok sharing information, you wouldn't want a chip in your brain.
Absolutely not. Holy shit, dude. No,
too
that's
far.
like coming from here, dude. They'd be like, pinpoint his credit card like code.
Yeah. Then we're in the whole like 1984 type beat. I hate to bring up that stupid book, but like how there was like, did you ever read that?
No. What are
Oh.
you talking about?
I had to read that 10th grade English. It's basically about this like futuristic world where like just thinking about a crime is like just as bad as like doing the crime. So you
Ah.
get punished for thinking bad stuff. It's like that's a scary world. Fuck that book though. I didn't even read the whole thing, dude.
That sounds, no disrespect, that sounds fucking lame.
Yeah.
That's a lame ass book, dude.
Yeah, well the whole thing was centralized around like the entire place was ruled by this like being called Big Brother, but it wasn't really a person. It really was just like AI or just like pre-recorded stuff. And you're basically just supposed to feed into whatever they tell you. And if you do that, you're fine. But if you basically think for yourself or like have any sort of creativity about you, like they stomp it out kind of thing. It's yucky. But
Kind of sounds like every like, I don't know, like every like weird movie where they like train people to like be like super fucking like, I don't know, like good assassins, but like they make them like go to like super like beefed up like strict schools where like if they draw outside the line they get slapped on the face by a ruler or something like that.
yeah. I can't
Like
believe
the nuns, like those like kind of like schools, like like not as sized, but like you know what I'm talking about. We see
Yeah.
there's been a movie like that where like the girls
Oh,
like
there's been tons.
yeah they got like a secret code where like you could say like dank and they're like and then they're
What'd
like
you
a
say?
murder machine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The word's been outlawed. I can't believe you didn't read that. I thought everybody had to read that.
Where the fuck was I in 10th grade?
I
I'm
mean,
trying to remember.
it's not worth remembering, I promise.
I think we read The Lord of the Flies.
I didn't read that.
Well, okay. Here's a simple question that's going to answer this for you. Like the final answer.
Yeah.
Were you in advanced English?
Uh,
Were you with the smart kids?
I was in honors 10th grade, and
That's
then
your
11th and
answer.
12th I was in AP.
Yep, I was just in regular vanilla English, but like with
Oh.
like all the average kids.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's your question. You had to read that because they were probably like, "Woo, like we
To-
got big brain over here."
To be fair, the only times I ever enjoyed English, like in school, was 10th grade and 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were a lot of like things that actually piqued my interest.
Yeah,
Whereas most of the time it was like, read this book that really sucks because you have to, and if you don't get out of it what you're supposed to get out of it, you're wrong. Whereas like 10th grade, like shout out to Mr. James, baby, you were just expected to come up with your own interpretation, which I found very fun. And I think that changed me a lot as a person in general because I always thought I was like a math person or a science person. I think I still kind of am a science person in a sense.
I could see it.
But like I never thought of myself as an English person. I didn't enjoy writing. I didn't enjoy reading that much. But like it turns out I'm actually kind of into that stuff. So it's kind of cool. It depends on who you have, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think I only had one bad English teacher in high school, and that was my senior year. I don't want to throw any names, but like I you know what? Just for the sake of conversation, we should probably not throw any teacher names.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Well, mine was a plus.
Yeah.
So it's different,
but like
but-
it was very weird. It was American literature.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was 21st century, like English for the 21st century.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. We had like
yeah.
several different ones.
Yep.
12th grade. I think.
Yeah, because I think they had French literature.
Didn't they?
I have no idea.
Or was it? No, it was Brit Lit.
Brit Lit? Yeah, because it rhymed. That's the
Yeah,
only reason
yeah.
why I remember.
That's what it was.
I'm like Brit Lit.
Brit Lit.
Yeah, that's when like lit was a thing. Everyone's like, bro, I'm at Brit Lit.
That's lit.
Dude, you want to hit my jewel?
No.
But anyway, like we just read some like depressing shit. I think.
Yeah. We kind of did.
Shit, dude. I'm trying to remember.
It's a bit of a flashback, though.
Yeah, dude, it's been so long. Like I think I kind of like fried my brain cells so far like that I can't even remember like what we did for homework.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
but you know what?
No,
Normal
dude.
people
Not
don't.
worth.
Yeah, no. I mean, but no, honestly, like normal people probably don't even remember what they fucking like had for lunch in high school, except for Nacho Grande. But
Nacho Grande
yeah,
Thursday, baby.
I take back that fried comment. Yeah, dude,
I'm so
fuck.
sorry.
Can we talk about that real
No.
quick? I fucking hated Nacho Grandes, dude.
It was okay.
No, literally, they got the fucking like the ice cream scooper to get the meat out. 1, 2. They put the cheese on.
Oh, it was kind of gross.
Dude, the nachos tasted like garbage.
I would just get it with the queso.
Dude, what queso?
Well, I mean, melted cheese, but like
Yeah,
you get what
dude,
I'm saying.
that cheese was bad.
I'm
Like,
not saying it was good. It was just probably better without whatever the hell that meat was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just remembering something really cringe when people like they take the salsa and
It's
shit,
like-
mix it around that little like.
Oh, that's why you're gagging. Ew. No, I get it.
Dude, it
I
was
get
so
it now.
bad.
I was like, what is he thinking about?
But
Like,
dude, when they added that like subline, every Thursday I was in there.
Really?
Because dude, every Thursday was depressing at lunch, dude. If you had like a block where you didn't sit with anybody or like you hated like your class, and like lunch is supposed to be like a relief, but like if you have third lunch and that's your like with the people you really hate and you get a fucking like just like 2 scoops of like quote unquote meat.
pink sludge.
Yeah, no, pink shit balls, dude. And that's your lunch? Are you kidding me, dude? Oh my god, that was the worst. I hated Nacho Grande Thursdays. And like, I was the only one who thought that was like disgusting. Everyone was like, "I love the nacho grandes." I'm like, "What do you like?
Holy shit!
What are you like eating dog food when you get home, dude?" Like,
My
does your mom
God,
crack
dude.
open the cat food can, and you're like, "Dude,
Holy shit!
I'm feeding for nacho grande, dude."
Oh
Like,
my God!
but anyway,
You got super sized there for
sorry,
a sec.
dude. It just nacho grande was literal garbage. I just threw my shit away.
Cord.
It, God, it was bad.
I can't believe we're talking about this. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
But anyway, back to what I was saying. English for the 21st century. I don't remember anything. It was only until like I got to Towson where some reason I had to take an English class.
Yeah.
Like I guess I missed that mark somewhere. But like
I think everybody did though first year.
it was just weird. Like it was English. It was literally I can't fucking say that word for shit. But it was
Literary
analysis.
Gotcha.
And that's where
I almost messed up. Did you see that?
Yeah, no, and that's where I met like this girl I liked, and like I actually like got invested in reading the books, like half of it to get the grade and half of it because of her, so I can talk about it, like something to talk about.
So you don't sound like an idiot.
Yeah, because she was really big in the books.
Oh, okay.
But like I remember reading her a lot of stuff, but the professor was so weird. They're like nothing wrong with this statement, but like he really emphasized like some of the authors that we were looking at like throughout like literature history. They're like, yeah, this guy was kind of weird. He it's like, first of all, back in the day when like being gay was a sin, he's like he was like sleeping with his brother. I'm like, why are we talking? Like, what's the significance
You're
of this?
just like, how did we get here?
Yeah, no. So he's just like, take that knowledge in mind, read half of the book, come to class, like next time, have analysis, and we're good to go. I'm like, shit. I gotta read like 102 pages to figure out like
God.
the significance of that,
Dude.
But like, it was. But actually doing the homework, it was clear as day. Like,
Yeah.
why he did that. This is just the way he lived and stuff like that. And I look back at that class. Yeah, I mean, kind of worthless. Like, it doesn't really help me with my major, but got me reading.
Yeah.
I met a really nice person, big quotes, at the time. So,
Big diss.
yo, yeah, no, dude. But other than that, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
I wish I would read more, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
have so many books that, like, when I look at them, I'm like, dude, that has got to be interesting, and I just
Books
don't
never
do
really
it.
interest me.
I never have enough time in the day, dude. Like, most days I sleep like 4 or 5 hours, and I still feel like I don't have enough time in the day, man. Plus, like, when I read books, dude, I just, like, start following the lines for, like, 2 pages straight, and I don't register anything.
It's ADD, dude.
Yeah, like, I just start, like zoning out, thinking about something else, which is what I do best.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, wait. What just happened? And I gotta flip back like 2 or 3 pages. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, and that's kind of why I don't read, because I just end up
reading
botting.
textbooks for school. God, it's hard to.
Screw that, dude.
Yeah, no, I just never really been into books. I know my granddad, like my late granddad, was always wanted me to read when I was little, and like there was some cool like books. Like I remember one in particular. Like I think the first, big book that I read like at the age of 7. Was like a cricket in Times Square. It was pretty cool. I don't remember it, but it was pretty.
It was cool.
It was pretty chill. Like I remember reading through it, but like he would always be on my ass to read, and I guess just kind of conditioned me to like not really care about. Like I always found reading books, like it's like I don't know. I just never really enjoyed it. Like I know people do it for a hobby.
Yeah.
And like right, more power to them. Like on what they like to do.
Yeah.
But I always just saw it as like a chore.
Yeah.
And, like just to like do something. Like so that's why I never really like reading.
Well, another thing with me too is like I'm very fidgety. Like even if I'm just listening to music, I feel like I want to grab a controller and start playing Smash, or I want to pick up the guitar and like try to figure out notes and stuff as I'm listening.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to just sit still and like take in something for a long period of time. And you obviously can't play Smash while you're reading a book. It just doesn't work. So like that's probably why my attention span doesn't go very long. The only exception to that is like it's weird because I don't read books, but I also know in the back of my head that I actually do read a lot. I'm all the time like I love reading poetry, like old poetry, and I love like reading song lyrics and stuff like that, and like diving into what they mean, because it's just like fun for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's not that I don't read. It's just like I think what it boils down to is like I end up reading poems and lyrics because the things I learn from those I apply more readily in my real life, like in songwriting and stuff like that. And those are the techniques that like I take to more rather than reading a book and knowing how to write a story, because I'm not writing like a long in-depth story with character development and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So like even if I were to pick it apart and learn from it, it sort of, not that it serves no purpose, because that's not true, but like it doesn't serve as much of a purpose as, you know, reading a rap line in a song and being like, how did he make all that shit rhyme? You know what I mean? Like it's so cool to me. Like I don't know, like Kendrick's really good at doing that. I know I'm not a huge Eminem fan, but I know he's really good at word bending and making stuff rhyme when it shouldn't.
Eminem, man, he's nuts.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. I'm a big fan of Eminem. Not like, oh my god, I listened to his new album. Like, if he drops something, yeah, I listen to it. But I'm
Yeah.
kind of like an old school Eminem.
Yeah.
I think the furthest I would go with his his work is the Recovery album, because that was the, I think genuinely, and I think it's safe to say, like, when we were in seventh grade, because that's when like Not Afraid came out in 2010. I feel like that's when our generation was like introduced to Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my friend Danielle, like she's been listening to him like since like
It was on the radio a good bit too.
Yeah,
And he
like,
was like featured in songs and stuff.
exactly, like but now he's like he worked with the late Juice World.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was
Rip
on
Juice, man.
Yeah, no, rest in peace. I think last album for Logic he did a song with Eminem. I want to say he did something with this album too, but he wasn't featured. So that's a mystery. Someone can correct me.
Yeah.
But like
Dude, can we talk about Juice World?
dude, I still haven't listened to that new album yet.
I haven't either.
Okay.
Posthumous albums, like albums that come out after they die, are always a mixed bag, I feel like. Because like even Mac Miller, they released Circles, and he was mostly done. It was supposed to be an album that went along with Swimming. And there are some tracks on there that are like god tier Mac Miller, for
Yeah.
real. But some of the stuff is like, it's not that it's bad. Like every song on the album like serves a purpose and is like at least good, you know. But it makes you wonder sometimes. It's like, well, how much of this was done before he died? You know what I mean? Because someone had to step in for a few of those tracks. And then it's like, well, it's not really what Mac would have put out,
I think they
because it
did
just
that with-
wasn't done.
Yeah,
so
I think they did that
sucks.
with Little Peep. I want to say that's the rapper's name.
Yeah, Lil Peep.
Yeah, kind of like has like a punk rock rap aesthetic. I know they brought on Fall Out Boy to do one song.
Oh, like the instrumentals, or singing too?
Lyrics.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, no, continue.
But yeah, like because there's some songs in there like Blue World and Everybody and Woods, dude. Oh my God, Woods. That's such a good song. And it's like there's no doubt in my mind that those songs are like finished when Mac was alive, because it's just so obvious. Like if you listen to his stuff and just like if you have a good grasp on who he is as an artist and as a person and all that stuff, it's just like that's the stuff that's like please put that out, man, because he would have put out that.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't listened to the new Juice album. I think my friend Andrew said he listened through it once, like while we were on PlayStation, but like hasn't given it like a definitive like focused listen yet.
I still need to do that.
But dude, like the thing with Juice World is like he just turned 21, so he's younger than us. And like have I showed you the video he went on like some talk show or radio show, and they put on beat after beat, transition after transition, and he freestyled for over an hour straight
I
without
remember
stopping.
seeing that. Yep. That was really cool.
Like that dude was on another level for real. And
Yeah.
like I came to find out a lot of his songs, like a lot of his choruses and stuff, were just like, oh, that beat's sick, put me in the booth. And he would just freestyle a whole ass song.
I don't know if we had I don't know if we talked about this, but I think it was Sean. He's literally saying the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
so-
dude, like
it's like literally. I'm like, who said that?
I remember, like, I woke up at like 11 or 12 that day, and I had 2 texts from Fonzie, who I mentioned last podcast, and Andy, and they're both like, "Dude, Juice just died." I'm like, "You're fucking like, we're starting the day out here. Are
Do you
you
wanna hear my
fucking
story
kidding me,
with that?
man?" Yeah. What happened with you?
Like, Apple finally fucking incorporated. I don't. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't need to be negative, but
This is
like,
no, go ahead.
Apple finally like incorporated like, here's what you listen to. But
Yeah.
I guess the numbers were off because like I didn't use music app for a while, so it deloaded music. But when I got it back on, my number one was All Girls Are the Same
Yeah.
for 2019. I'm like,
I
damn.
know. I probably know what my most played Juice song is.
Yeah, but that was like number one like overall for all my stuff, and I was just
Yeah.
like, damn. I'm like, shout out to Juice, man. Like, you really helped me
I
out.
know that song got you through some shit.
Yeah, but like literally, and then like the next day, Sean's like, "Hey, Juice is dead." I'm like, "Shit, damn it!" Like,
My heart dropped.
I'm
man.
like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" After I just like like thanked him like for doing that, like I'm like,
And like his life was like going well. Like someone asked him in an interview, like, "Will, what's your next album gonna be about?" And he dead ass said, like, "I don't really know, man." Like, because a lot of his songs like come from sort of a dark place emotionally. That's why a lot of people resonate with it. He's like, "I don't know, man. Like, I'm in a really healthy relationship. I'm happy. Like, I have no idea." So like shit was like actually taking off for him in like all the right ways.
Yup. I know my
God, man.
one friend Jack. He saw him live, and this was before the Corona storm. He was gonna perform at Hangout Fest 2020. They had a good lineup, but then like
They did. They had the Chili Peppers with John Frusciante back.
I remember you were
dude.
trying to go.
I was trying to go.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
you
it doesn't matter
you
now.
hit me up.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it doesn't
God,
really
man.
matter anymore. But like like even like I was like even Hangout Fest is like words cannot describe like this loss and stuff like that. Like out of respect, I don't think we're gonna like fill in a slot. Like we're just gonna,
There's no way.
yeah. And then Corona happened, and everybody lost their slot.
Yeah.
So, but no, I was really excited to see him live, and like when Jack posted that on his story, like about like Rip Juice WRLD, like I was like, damn, that looked fucking cool. Like I would love to see Juice WRLD live.
Yeah, man.
So one day.
I'd watched a few of his live stuff. Like he goes in, like, cause I mean, this isn't a diss to like some rappers. It's really a diss to some musicians of all genres. Like some of them
sound like
are
garbage.
No, some of them. Well, that's a different discussion. But like some artists like are geniuses in the studio, and then they get up on stage and like I don't know. They're just like they just underwhelm you. They're not live musicians. You know what I mean? But like some people just like they go on another level when they're live. And I think Mac Miller is very much that way. I feel like the Chili Peppers are that way a lot, especially watching like just them jam. Like not even them do songs, just like improv jam.
You got me thinking of like all the people I saw at Hangout Fest, and I forgot like Kendrick Lamar was one of them too.
Yeah.
He was the closer.
Yeah.
And that's
He
when,
deserves to be the fucking closer.
and that's when that thing happened with that girl. That was so funny, dude.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I know.
I was like,
yeah.
no way. Like,
I'm glad I've at least seen Kendrick once.
yeah, me too.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, I saw. Let me see. At Hangout Fest, I saw. Like the notable people. Like no diss to anybody that I forgot.
The notable people to you.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Chainsmokers. I saw Logic. I saw the Struts, which is kind of like a Queen kind of band, but like more in your face, and like it's the artist is pretty chill. I saw Galantis.
That's not a way to get me on their team, but keep going.
Okay,
I
my
hate,
bad.
I hate Queen, man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, hot take. I hate Queen.
Oh
man.
shit.
Me and Andy talk about it all the time. Dude, I fucking hate Queen. I
Damn.
really do. Not saying like they suck or like none of their songs are good or they're trash or anything like that. I hate them. I really just don't like their music.
All good.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody, like you can sit there and say like it's a masterpiece all you want, and like, yeah, like it is. It's a well written song and all that stuff. I don't like their stuff, man.
not everybody it's like you said, music, or like I said, music palette is different, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But keep going. Struts. You saw Kendrick.
Yeah, Struts, and then I was on Galantis. I saw AJR, which was really good. Which is like an indie, like kind of like alternative kind of band.
Okay.
I saw fuck, what are they? God damn it. I should know this. I listen to them all the fucking time. Shit, help me out here. They made Pumped Up Kicks.
Oh, I know the song. I don't know the artist.
Damn it, I should fucking know.
I'll look it up for you.
Okay. Shit, that's gonna bother me, and I'm like a big fan of them too. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Foster the People.
Fuck. I was literally about to say that, dude.
You were about to say?
So, Foster the People.
That was a buzzer beater right there.
And I think I mean, not think. Like,
yeah.
I was there, Little Pump.
Oh, okay.
Really underwhelming. He was...
Think so?
He had a 2-hour block. He came at 8:30. I was pissed.
Well, when was he supposed to start?
7.
So that means 7:30. So he was an hour late.
Yeah,
basically.
man.
Yeah.
He rolled up at 8:30. Make some fucking noise. And then, like, he started a mosh pit, and, like, that was fucking crazy. But somehow we made it to the front for Galantis because of that, which is, like, an EDM style kind of thing. Which, I couldn't complain. Thank you, Little Pump. But, like, damn, his concert was shitty. He was late.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this blows. Like, we were waiting forever. And at a music festival where you're crowded around a bunch of people, hot, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I was so mad.
You know who's very high on my list to see next is Tyler, the Creator.
Please, I want to go. Dude.
We should go together. Get Andy, get John. Let's fucking go.
Dude, no, I love Tyler. I would love to see him live.
I've seen like 1 or 2 of his things live. He's funny, dude. Like I remember him calling out people in the crowd because like they were moshing.
Yeah.
For like I think it was I Ain't Got Time was about to start, and they started moshing like right in the front. But he roasted them because it was such a weak ass mosh pit. It was so funny. He just cooked the fuck out of them.
That's awesome.
Dude, he's such a character. I love him.
Yeah.
And then
I love him too.
Like it's a weird thing for him too, because like I got into him with Flower Boy and then really liked some of the stuff on Cherry Bomb. And then Igor came out and right away I was like, this is quality stuff, but like I wasn't feeling it as much. But like over time, I would keep saying like, oh, Flower Boy's my favorite. Igor's good, but Flower Boy's my favorite. Everyone kept saying, Igor's his best one. And then like a few months later, I'm like, shit. I've listened to Igor almost every day for 3 months, and I haven't touched Flower Boy. What does that mean?
You like Igor, dude.
Yeah, and so I just came to the conclusion that Igor's my favorite.
You gotta sit down, be honest with yourself, be like, damn, I like Igor.
Yeah, man.
I better tell my fucking girlfriend. Like, she'll be
just,
mad.
Like the fact that like he kept such a clean aesthetic for the whole album is very, very, very cool. Like Flower Boy, in a sense, had that too, but it had a lot of variation track to track too, which again is nothing bad. Like that's what makes it so cool. But it's nice. It's nice when someone puts out an album like Dark Side of the Moon or To Pimp a Butterfly or Igor, and it's like it's an album. Like when I listen to one song, I feel like I'm supposed to listen to the rest of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh yeah,
exactly.
Igor's theme. Oh wait, Earthquake's starting. I can't skip that.
I think.
And then it goes to I think. I'm like, shit, I can't skip that, man. And then all of a sudden, I'm at Are We Still Friends? I'm like, oh fuck, the album's over.
That was my grind sesh music, like for the beginning of the semester, dude.
Really? Igor?
Yeah. Dude, like especially like I think like that was a good one.
I think I'm falling in love.
Yep, and that was a good one.
Gone,
and the Thank You,
man.
yeah.
That one, that's the best one on there.
And I ironically actually got on like the Tyler Creator because of that. I told you about the YouTuber like community CV Gunner, like they were doing like basically they post high quality rips, wink wink, from games.
Okay.
But every summer or like it's different. But every year they have like a tourney, like a Smash style tourney called CV Gunner King for a Day. And like they get a bunch of like characters, but like everyone's still anonymous. Like you can have Team Eminem versus Team Etika, and like it'd be music inspired off them. Like I think they did a parody of My Salsa, like the very end of 30 Seconds of My Band from D12. But the credits theme for King for Another Day was it was sampled. Thank you, and that's such a. I think it's better than the original. And I was like, and everyone in the comment section was like, "This is Tyler." I'm like, "Whoa, this is Tyler." I'm like, you know what? Let me give him a spin, and I liked it. Like I've been hooked ever since.
That's cool. I didn't realize that's how you got on it.
So I got to thank the music community and the CV Gunner. Yeah, I got to thank the CV Gunner community, the meme community, and the music community for that one.
That's a Paul Ewan chat if I've ever seen one.
Dude, no, CV Gunner was actually like it's actually kind of nuts. Like because everyone's anonymous, but like videos get like 24,000 views and stuff like that, and they have like special events where they're like. I think they got two of the that's like how Maroon 5 had two different lead singers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did like a parody.
Adam Levine and whatever the other one was.
Yeah, they had a parody. It was like Pokemon Let's Go Adam and then Pokemon Let's Go whoever else it was.
So you don't even know either.
Yeah. Yeah, and they did like rips of that. Like no, they did mashups of that for the day and stuff like that. And then like
that's cool.
Oh yeah, no, I think there was I think one of my favorite I think one of the first rips I ever listened to was the Sonic soundtrack from a Sonic fan game. It's like heavy EDM, but like it's at first it's like it builds up the beat like normally, and like breaks it down even more. But they just looped the beginning part, but instead of like when the music paused and did like the little sample sound effect, they replaced it with everything else. So it was just like instead of like hearing the, and it was just like. It was like Peter Griffin going like just being like I'm Peter or something like that, or like
Peter,
I'm not Sonic, and it's just
my god,
or like a chicken like just like it was
like random.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's funny, but like,
why?
Who's CV Gun? Like no, like that's how they trick you. They're like if you look up like let's say Sonic Advance, no Sonic 3 Hydrocity Act 1
banger.
Chances are you'll probably accidentally click on a CV Gunner video because it disguises itself as like, and then like as soon as you click on it, you're like, that's not Sonic 3. What is this?
This is what?
Like, and then you look at the comments like, oh, this is a Sonic 3 remix of the aerobics national championships from 1988.
Oh my god,
it's pretty interesting, but damn, we got so off track. I don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't know, man. We're coming up on time anyway.
Yeah,
I think it's a good place to end.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of good stuff.
Dude, music, just the music today.
I love music. Man.
We had to make up for it, but nah. I'm hopefully like this wasn't like too chaotic episode because we did bounce back a lot. But the main topic was just mostly about music tonight, about like our experiences and everybody else.
Yeah.
If you have any music suggestions, drop them down in the comment section below.
Yeah, or if you have any, artists or something that, in a similar sense, like I was talking about John Frusciante, you were talking about Logic, that like really means something to you, let us know who they are.
Please let us know. Because like, you're not just letting us know, you're letting everybody else that listens to it know. And like,
absolutely.
It starts discussion and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But, man, I think this is the latest we ever like stayed up and did a late night bowl. It is 1:35 currently.
Whew.
Yeah, in the morning. I gotta go pee. So
okay.
We're gonna make this quick.
Cool.
I've been Mike, and like to my right of me has been Elliott. Thank you for listening to Late Night Bool episode 4. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more content coming soon.
Thanks so much, guys. I've been Elliott. We love you, love each other, be good to each other, and keep on bowling through the night.